tuning in this week as we dive in to the topic of keeping your promises. Not to just anybody, but to numero uno, yourself. So I bet you've been here when you swore to yourself. You said, you know what? I'm going to give up bread, or I'm going to give up sugar, or when my kids get home from school, I'm going to put my cell phone down, flip it over, and not check it again until they go to bed. And maybe day one, you're stoked. You're like, I'm going to do this, and you do it. You don't eat the bread, you don't eat the sugar, you engage with your kids like you wanted to, whatever that promise may be. And then maybe the next day, you have a piece of toast, or you have a bite of bagel, or for me, you pop a chip into your mouth, whatever it may be. Or maybe you're scrolling Facebook instead of playing trains with your kid on the floor. Whatever it may be, you're like, dang it, I'll start over again tomorrow. So the next day, maybe you're like, I'll eat this taco. Or let me just send one more message. Just wait a minute, honey. Things like that. And then what happens? We give up. And we start this vicious cycle in our heads. We're saying things like, told you so, girl. Told you couldn't do it. You suck. You can never keep your promises. And this negative talk kind of keeps going. Like, oh, I'm a bad mom, or I'm never going to lose weight, or whatever it is. You tell yourself it's negative after you don't keep your promises to yourself. So you know what? That vicious cycle of lying to yourself is not healthy for you, and it's not healthy for anyone around you. And you might think, great, Deanna, awesome. This is awesome advice or awesome talk. But what am I going to do about it? How do I stop this cycle? Well, I have 4 steps for you today. But before we get into that, I would like to tell you to stick around until the end of this video, because I am going to help you get through this. And I'm going to tell you how at the end, so make sure you stick around. All right, let's dive in. Step number 1 is you need to figure out your what and your why, and you need to make it specific. What is your promise? Are you going to take something away, like not eat bread or not eat sugar? Or are you going to add something in? Like for me, my promise to myself is going to be, I will drink half of my body weight in water every single day, because that is something I've struggled with. That is a lie I have told myself, and I have millions of excuses for you girls. Millions of excuses. But that's going to be mine. I am going to drink my water. I'm going to drink half my body weight. It is my what. But more important than your what, your secret sauce, your secret tool is thinking about your why. Why do I care about drinking water? Why? So this is what I want you to do. I want you to write down what it is you're going to make a promise to yourself about. Yep. Pause it. Pause this. And write it down. Just get a piece of paper. I don't care if it's a snotty toddler piece of toilet paper, or if it's a fancy journal, or if it's a paper you just ripped off your grocery list. Write it down right now. And then I want you to answer these questions. Number 1, how do you feel? How do you want to feel at the end of this? For me, since I'm talking about water, I want to feel more hydrated. I want to have more energy, and I want to feel like I can drink water without drinking other things. I want to feel like I can do it. Like I'm healthier. I want to feel healthier. I want to feel better. And I really want to feel more hydrated, because I'm constantly feeling dehydrated. And if you follow me, you know that I run a lot. And I don't drink enough water for how much I run. So that's my answer to number 1. Number 2 is, what results are you expecting? A lot of times we as women and mothers, we set our expectations for ourselves way too high. So make sure it's specific and it's logical, okay? I'm not gonna make my goal to be, or I promise to myself be, I'm gonna be a millionaire at the end. No, girl, you're not gonna be a millionaire at the end. You need to make it logical and specific, and you need to write down what results are you expecting to achieve. So I'm expecting to drink half my body weight in water, and I'm expecting to feel better. I'm expecting my skin to be a little more clear, because I have always my entire life struggled with acne. And so by keeping my body hydrated, that will help me. And number 3 is, why is this important to you? Why? Why is this important to you? Basically, it's what value do you place on it? I want to be able to keep up with my kids. I want to lose weight in a healthy way. I want to show my kids I can do it. Because guess what? They're watching and they're listening and they hear you. So when you make these promises to yourself and you don't keep them, okay, maybe you don't say it out loud. But kids are like these little energy understanders. They can tell, they can sense it, they can see it. And so maybe the value is that they see it. They see you do this. You see you do this. Everybody else sees you do this. So what value? And number 2, perhaps your biggest way to stick with this is to plan. So I want you now to think of a date. When will you start this? Not a week from now. It needs to be reasonable in the next couple of days. What date will you start? And guess what? I already know what date you're going to end. Look at your calendar, show with your finger the date that you chose, and count forward 30 days. That's right. You are going to keep this promise to yourself for 30 days straight. Why? Because research says when we keep our promises to ourselves and we're consistent for 30 days, it builds a habit. And after that 30 days, you're going to notice it's easier. It's easier to keep doing it. And it will have helped you keep your first promise to yourself. So that is important. How will you measure it? Also goes in with this planning. You need to write down. So you're writing down that date right now, and you're writing down what that end date is. So blank date to blank date. And then you're writing down, how am I going to measure it? How am I going to hold myself accountable to myself? For me, I love calendars. If you were to look at my calendar right now for running, I check it off. It tells me my plan, how many miles I run, what I'm doing that day, and then my husband graciously put little bubbles. I don't know how he does these things, but he put bubbles over it. Check it off one day, check it off Tuesday. That is an external form of giving yourself a pat on the back. Every time you get to check it off. Drank my water today. I worked out today. So what's yours going to be? Are you checking in with somebody? Are you marking it off in your calendar? Are you writing it in your journal at night? What is it? Write it down. How will you measure it? Number 3 is your community. So a lot of research will talk about talking to someone about this, whether it be your spouse, a bestie, some group you're part of. I like to call it a tribe because I feel like as moms, we don't create enough tribes for ourselves. And it's important to me. It's one of my goals in life is to create a supportive environment for moms to be able to talk about real things in a positive way and get it figured out. So find your tribe, figure out who that's going to be. I have a plan for you at the end of this, so stick around. We're getting closer. But choose who it's going to be, write down their name, and tell them about this. Have them do it with you. It's as simple as saying, hey girl, do you want to do X with me? Because why? Fill it in. Ask somebody, text someone right now. Pause me if you need to. And number 4 is a reward. So some people get jacked about rewards. Some people are rewards driven, guilty. And some people don't find value in it. So for this last one, I'm going to let you choose. Reward, no reward. And here's the deal with rewards. You want it to fit whatever it is you've chosen your promise to be. So for me, it's going to be a new water bottle. I love REI's big water bottles because one, you know what, I'll make a whole nother video on water, but I love their water bottles. So for me, when I finish my 30 days, I'm going to go get myself a brand new REI large water bottle. Maybe for you, maybe you're cutting out meat. Maybe you're going vegetarian or vegan. So at the end of the 30 days, maybe you go out with a friend to a new vegetarian restaurant. Or if you are choosing to work out X number of days each week for the 30 days, maybe you get yourself a new workout shirt or top or pants. Whatever it is you choose, that can be your goal. Make it small, make it fun, but realize that you are celebrating yourself. Yay, you made it. It is important. It is a big deal, and you did it for you. And that's important. When we keep our promises to ourselves, 1, we elevate our confidence. We start to believe in ourselves again, and that compounds over time, meaning maybe this is tiny. Maybe this is the tiniest thing, waking up 15 minutes early so you can meditate. But you know what? this little win is going to lead to other little wins and other goals and bigger promises and bigger and bigger and bigger. And before you know it, you're your next best self. And that's the deal. That's why we're here, to become our best selves. Why waste your life not trying to be the next best version of yourselves? Are we not appreciating who we are today? Heck no! Love yourself and appreciate everything you are and everything you've been through and everything you've done. But never stop striving to be your best self tomorrow, because you can, and I believe in you. So, I also think that it helps you value your own thoughts. The things that you think in your head are important. They're important to people around you, and they're important to you. And when you start to respect and value your thoughts, other people will start to respect and value your thoughts. And also, you start to eliminate the things that get in your way. You're not going to have it anymore. You're going to maybe quit drinking soda so you know you can get your water in. Maybe you're going to give up the fast food because you've been working your butt off, going to the gym, doing yoga in your house, whatever it may be. You're working your butt off for it, so you have earned it. Okay, so here's how I'm going to help you, help me, help you. Follow? I am going to pick tomorrow. January 24th is going to be my start date. And I counted ahead and I checked my math a few times because math is not my strong suit. So from January 24th to February 22nd, I am going to support you. How? Below is a link to my Instagram. Make sure you're following me because I'm going to go live on Instagram or do an Instagram story every day to motivate, inspire, check in, struggle with you. You can comment on my stories. You can comment on my posts, and I will support you in the best way I can. So what I want you to do is make sure that you are friends with me on Instagram, and then tag your friends who you want to do this with you. Join our tribe to work on keeping our promises to ourselves. Tag them in the post, have them follow along too so that we can all do it together, so that they're holding you accountable, you're holding me accountable, we are holding ourselves accountable for the things that we say to ourselves, so that we can be the next best version of ourselves. I hope that you enjoyed this juicy dive into keeping our promises to ourselves. If so, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, subscribe to this video if you found value in it, because I would sure appreciate you having you join our tribe every Tuesday for a new video. So I will see you next Tuesday for our next video. I can't wait to be here. May you get some sleep, show some love, have some patience and gratitude to deal with all that life throws at you. And girl, you got this.